Hey guys, today we are going over Unit 3, Lesson 2, which is relating graphs and events. So we have these four graphs, and we're going to use these on a couple problems. This one says, which graph might show the temperature during a 24-hour period? Well, you have to think about what the temperature does each day. Like when you wake up in the morning, it's a little bit cold, right? And then like during the afternoon, it gets hotter. By like late afternoon, it's the hottest it's going to get. And then it starts getting colder again, right? And then back when it's like the middle of the night, it's cold again. So when you think about a temperature, every day it starts cold and then it gets a little bit hotter, so it goes up and then it goes back down. So we're going to try to figure out which one of these graphs goes up a little bit and then back down. And it is going to be graph B. We don't want it to start at zero, like the temperature of zero, and just go all the way up for forever, because at nighttime it gets colder again. And you also don't see this where the temperature starts at zero and goes up really high and then just drops back down to 0 degrees. Like it can't be 50 degrees in the afternoon and then be 0 degrees. So the only one that makes sense in this situation is B. All right, which graph might show the amount of money in a bank account if money is never taken out? So I don't know if you know this, but if you leave money in a bank account, it gets something called interest. It will increase the amount of money you have. If you just leave it in there, you will earn interest and it'll slowly go up over time. So if you leave your money in a bank account, it's not going to go down to zero. It's not going to go up and then back down because you're not taking it out. And here it looks like it goes up and then you take all of it out and it drops down to zero. The only one that makes sense here is C. If you leave your money in the bank account, over time, it's just going to keep increasing in interest. Which graph might show the amount of money in the bank account if money is saved for several months, then taken out for a vacation? So we're saving money, so our money's going up, and then all of a sudden we take a vacation and we clear out all of our money and it goes on vacation. So the one for this one is D. Which graph might show the depth of water in a bathtub after the drain is pulled? Well, if you pull the drain, the water's just going to go down, 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 all the way until it's empty or at zero. So that would represent this graph. It's going all the way down to zero. All right, label each as true or false. So here we have the speed of the car in miles per hour. And on this axis, we have the time in seconds. So the first one says the speed of the car is increasing in the time interval from point G to K. So let's find G right here, and then K. During this time, is it increasing the whole way? And no, it increases a little bit, but then it decreases. So that is false. Let's look at the next one. The speed of the car is decreasing in the time interval from F to H. So now we're comparing F and H. Well, it does start decreasing. It goes down, but then it goes back up. So it does not decrease the whole way. That is false. All right, the speed of the car is increasing in the time interval from A to F. Here's A, here's F. It does increase the whole way. It is going uphill or increasing the entire time. That's true. And then the last one, the speed of the car is decreasing in the time interval from point G to I. So from G to I, first it increases, then it decreases. So it is not decreasing the whole time. All right, which point shows the maximum speed of the car? The maximum is always the highest point. So if we look at our graph at the highest point, it is point H. And if we want to know the speed of the car, we have to follow it over to the axis that tells us that it is 70 miles per hour. And that is point H. Which point shows the time when the car stopped? Okay, there's 2 points on this graph where the car is stopped. We know the car is stopped anytime the speed is 0 miles per hour. So the car is stopped at point A because it's 0 miles per hour. And then the car is stopped again at point K because again, it's at 0 miles per hour. So either one of those could be the answer, A or K. At which At which 2 points is the speed of the car the same? Okay, so there's a couple different options here. We just talked about when it was at 0 miles per hour. So at A and K, it's at 0 miles per hour, so it is the same. All right, let's look at the rest of these. B doesn't have anything that's the same. C doesn't have anything that's the same. Not for D, not for J, but E and I are the same speed. They are both at 40 miles per hour. So at 40 miles per hour, we have both E and I. Let's see if anything else is the same. So G isn't with anybody, F isn't with anybody, and H isn't. So those are the 2 options. And that's it. Good luck on this quiz.